Welcome back. In this lecture, we'll talk about adding text with text, slides, boxes, and shapes. We've already seen that one way to add text to your slide is simply by typing the text inside of the text placeholders that are already on the slide. That's how I added the text inside of these two placeholders we see here. But there will be times when you want to insert text into a slide at a location where there are no placeholders. So let's look at some other ways to add text. So I'm going to create a new blank slide. And on this slide, you see that it's completely blank and there's no placeholders at all on the slide. So from here, I'll go to the Insert tab. And on the Insert tab, I'll choose Text Box. And notice my cursor turns into a text box. And it's here I can begin typing my text. And the box will resize itself each time I type. So then I can select this text box and I can move it all around, or I can resize it myself if I'd like. So another thing that you can do with the text box is that you can go ahead back up to the Insert tab, select the text box, and you can draw it as big as you'd like. But the minute you start typing, the text box will resize itself. So, and as I said, you can go ahead and try to make it larger, but it still shrinks and still, resizes itself according to the text. So I'll go ahead and keep in mind that you can move it and, change your fonts and so forth with that. So that's a brief overview of how to use the text box button. And, this is kind of useful when you want some text to appear in something, And let's try to use another tool, and that's the Shapes tool. So we go back up to our Insert tab in the ribbon, and I'll go into Shapes. And as you see, we have recently used shapes, lines, rectangles, basic shapes, and so on. We have quite a few shapes here. So what I'm going to decide to do is to use one of the call-out shapes, the bubble cloud. So I just simply click and drag that on my screen. Now, notice here that there's no text. And if I want, I just click inside, and it's here that I start to type my text in this shape. I think this is very cool. So from here, you notice we get drawing tools and formatting tools. We get a shape fill, whereas we can change the colors and so forth. And as I hover over the colors, how it changes. We also get, I'll go back to the fill. We also get more colors. We get an eyedropper tool, a picture, gradient. We can change the gradient and see the changes as I hover over the different options. We also have different textures that we can select, and you see the textures behind this box. You can kind of change that as well. And then here we can get more textures. Within that, I'll go ahead and click out of here. We can have an option to outline it. Oh, I kind of like that outline in black, so I'll go ahead and outline that. You can change the weight. You can put dashes around it, arrows, whatever tools you need are here. So I'll go ahead and select an outline. You can also implement different shape effects. There's some that are preset. There's a shadow. I kind of like a shadow. Maybe you can kind of bevel it or put some type of reflections on it if you'd like. And so that's just a quick overview of some of the tools you get. You get the, also you get the text fill tool. In addition to that, you get the eyedropper picture, gradient, texture. You also have the text outline and then some of the text effects. So you can play around with these and adjust them as you like. And it basically gives you the same formatting tools that you kind of have in Word and that you have with pictures, but they apply to the text within the shape. Also, there's tools for that. So notice that both the shape options and the text options have the three subsections for modifying the appearance of the shape or the text. Now, truth be told, all text appears in shapes, including the placeholders that are on slides by default. So, um, if you want to move these around, you can move these around. And so again, text always appears inside of a shape, whether it's inside of a text box or a particular shape. So you draw on your slide and have fun and spruce up your slides. I'll click out so that you can get a quick overview of what the slide looks like.